Well, you're back again. Welcome to the Surrounded by Idiots radio podcast. This is your host, Dr. Tony Dufresne. This is where you get news and information to help you rise above the unwashed masses to live your life on your own terms. And so this week, I'm very excited. Number one, because I have a new video thing, and you're going to be able to see the video for both of us, and me and my special guest. And now we're in the lair this week. This is the lair. And also, the third reason is because it's a nighttime show, and we're drinking.
Salute.
There it is. So I want to introduce my buddy, part of my little inner group, and his name is Jeff. Jeff, how you doing?
Doing well.
Good. And I wanted to, first of all, we're going to talk about today, we're going to talk about civility. And it's because I found an article in Elite Daily, and it was about, the interesting thing was their angle was that they were saying that people are taking refuge in their work to get away from the uncivility or incivility that's going on in the world. And I thought that was pretty fascinating. So I kind of dug into the article a little bit. I talked to you about it too, and we have discussions, pretty much drunk discussions usually, about all sorts of stuff and about how shitty people are. Yeah. And we also have very, very heated, not arguments, but really kind of emotional discussions on our differences in the political arena in terms of what's going on now. But the fact is that we're still friends, and we still support each other. And you're actually going through your own internet thing and your own business, the same as me.
Yep.
And so we go back and forth and commiserate on that. But the thing is that, and that's the whole point. The whole point of the show is to show you that there is a solution to people being uncivilized to each other. There's a solution to kind of come together and not be a douchebag to everybody. Right? I mean, that's kind of what. So
that would be nice. That would
right?
be nice.
So Jeff, I brought you down here, and I want you to kind of give a little bit of a background in regards to your business and your background with the general public, and which is a big reason that you're here, and you've got some strong opinions on that, and then why I brought you down to do the civility thing, because we've talked about that before.
Yep. Well, basically my background, 30 years in restaurants. I've dealt with the public, all types, all kinds. Watched the changes in society over that time, and
big changes, right?
Big changes. Pushed me out.
Right. Yeah, to the point where you couldn't handle it anymore.
Pushed me to the point where I work at home now to just stay away from people, and it's gotten to a boiling point where it's just ridiculous. So, it's crazy because you are a super people person. Oh yeah, I always have.
I mean, and you're very opinionated, and you stick to your own opinions, and you don't mince words, which is great, because that's a Boston part about you. It's awesome. But even that being the case, you're a very people person, and the fact that I think you said like the last 5 years, maybe 6 years, it's gotten to the point where it's just insanity in regards to how people are acting now.
Absolutely out of control. It's the only way to think is their way, and if you don't, you're everything under the book. Political correctness took a whole new turn. If you ask me, it's bashing free speech. You can't even say anything. Well, hate speech is hate speech is hate speech. It's free speech. You can have any speech you want. But people also, I don't know what happened along the way, but the mother told them they were special, and they believe it. They actually think they're right, and the rest of the world is full of morons. And you know what? Right. There are a lot of morons out there.
There are.
I mean, it's. They just come up with they follow any pack just to feel included in something, because they can't define their own. They can't define their own opinions.
No,
they don't have their own opinions.
Right, and that goes back into the tribal instinctive thing in terms of like the lowest common denominator, and that's where we're at. That's why bifurcation is taking something and splitting it completely in two and having two separate, different ways to go about doing things, and that's exactly what's going on now. And I think that's because of the tribal instinctual thing in terms of what's happening, and I think that people have split because, first of all, it's just it's our nature to do that, and it's a survival thing. So I want to go back to this article and tee us up for everything.
Yeah.
Right. So in terms of the article was an Elite Daily, and once in a while they have good stuff. Most of the time it's bullshit about Pretty Little Liars, but don't bag on me if you like Pretty Little Liars. That's fine and dandy, but that's not the reason why I go and I read that, or I read Big Think, or I go to Vox, or any of that stuff. So The article was titled "Study Says People Would Rather Be at Work Than Deal with Our World Right Now." And she stated, and it's a great article, so you should find it. But she states, according to a new study from Weber Shandwick, many Americans are seeking refuge from the world in the workplace, where they perceive tensions to be lower and civility to be much higher than what's waiting for them outside the office doors. Well, duh. I mean, there's a reason. I mean, of course, it's because everybody's on the same mission, right? You're in the work. Everybody's trying to get the work done based upon the same objective. That's why it's easier. So in the context of this research, civility is defined, and for the context of our discussion today, civility is going to be defined as polite and respectful conduct and expression, right? I mean, is that kind of a bottom line in terms of
where it got lost is beyond me, or why it got lost. Where someone's opinion is the only thing. It's like it's.
Honest to God, I think it all comes down to people thinking it's a survival thing. The thing is, intensity only gets ratcheted up the more fear you have, and I think that people are getting more fearful and more fearful because you have two totally different ways of seeing things, and the more that they get entrenched, the more the other side gets entrenched, and then confirmation bias sits in, and we're going to talk about confirmation bias in a little bit. But that's why I think that things are happening the way. The thing is that first of all, you had Obama come in for 8 years, and as much as Obama was, what he was, and he was a progressive, the thing is he brought into the office more of a leaning, more of a distinctive progressive attitude. He got away with more, or he kind of was the sign of much more progress towards the left versus Clinton. Clinton was not necessarily. Clinton was a moderate. I mean, let's put it that way. He really was, and he was across the aisle guy, and that was his whole thing. But I think Obama went in with an objective, and I think the objective is to kind of shift us over to the left. And what happened is that when that happens, it's Newton's law of physics. There's going to be an equal and opposite reaction to that. Yeah. And that's exactly what happened. And then the fact is that we got into the situation, and then we had the Great Recession, and we lost jobs, and then the internet came in. And when the internet came in, then everything switched, and our entire economy and the Industrial Revolution is completely shifting now. I mean, huge shift that generations have not seen up to this point, and we're trying to deal with that. I don't think anybody's equipped to deal with that. I mean, coal miners are sitting there trying to grasp on to their old coal jobs, or ag guys are trying to do the same thing. These small towns that were built around specific economies, they're donezo. They're technically, you can't stop time. Am I right on that? I mean,
you can't. It's the only way you're going to make money is actually have a specific set of skills and a market for them. If there's no market, your skills are useless. Cobblers are gone. TV repairmen are gone. Those things used to be on every corner.
Exactly.
Now they're just not.
Exactly.
Now it's like taxi drivers, Uber.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Amazon took over, shut down all the bookstores, and it's happening transgressionally all the way through.
Travel agents. Name me a travel agent, right? I know one travel agent, and I think it's a total scam. I think he's laundering money for the mafia. Seriously, that's what I think personally. So I want to get back to the article as I totally digress off of this, but so she states that when they ask people what they think is the root cause of incivility, they tell us it's politicians, the internet, social media, and the news media, right? Okay, so it's a combination of all these things and the convergence of many things happening at once. And she thinks, the leader of the study, thinks the combustion that's formed by the combination of all three has really ignited the firestorm we're experiencing today. Now, here's the problem, and we've already touched on this. The problem is that it's infectious. It deals with our core caveman, amygdala, limbic system fears.
Absolutely.
And that's the problem. It's to the point where it just completely takes over the emotional strain system. And what happens is, things come into the I don't want to get too technical, but things come into the vagal nerve and you get all freaked out. It gets to the amygdala. Amygdala's this little tiny fucking lizard brain thing. And it gets in there, and then all it knows is left or right, up or down, right or wrong, black or white. And so it makes a judgment on that, and then it shoots up to the prefrontal cortex up here in the front. And a lot of people don't have developed prefrontal cortexes, which is a big issue. But that's a whole other thing. And then when it gets up there, then what you do is you rely on your general slant on things in terms of your perceptions. Now, when the fear ratchets up, what happens is it gets up there and it comes in like a bolt of lightning. And then it freaks you the hell out, and then you have to take a stance, and you see people just dividing it to one side or the other, and you feel like in order to survive, and this is a lot of subconscious comes into this. In order to survive, you have to go to one side or the other. You can't survive in the middle, and that is tribal instincts. Because if you're in a tribe, let's say we're way back, Neanderthal, whatever, we're in tribes. We're not going to sit there and one tribe goes one way and one tribe goes the other. We're going to go, we're going to chill here. I got my bear coat on, and I got a couple pieces of bird meat. I'm just going to chill here by myself. That you're not going to survive.
Society still goes on leaders, all the way from whether it be politics and city council, all the way up. There's always a designated leader to follow.
Always, and it's because we have only been able to survive as animals if we band together. Yeah, exactly. It's a symbiotic relationship between us, and as a group you have a better chance of survival than you do if you're by yourself. Yeah. Now that means you have to pick a group, and the thing is that the things that are happening now are the exact same things that happened way back then. You got to pick a group, you got to pick a tribe, you got to pick whatever. And that's the issue, and that's what's coming up. So the good news, based on the article, is that, and this doesn't surprise me, because I think if people chilled out and they weren't all fired up, they'd have the ability to kind of say, I kind of would be able to do this. So according to the study, 75% of the people polled for the study said that they'd be willing to set a good example by practicing civility. And nearly 50% recommended civility training in schools and colleges. The thing is that I do civility training.
Are we that dumb?
Yes.
Are we that fucking dumb?
Yes, we are.
Oh,
yes, we are. We are that dumb. We are that, and you know why? It's because it's not an ignorance thing. It's an instinctual reaction to a very unstable environment, and that's exactly what's going on.
I can see it, but I still think you should be able to think and form your own opinions.
That's why you're.
And take in other things.
That's why you're on the show, man.
Opinions change. Opinions change.
Yeah, but seriously, the people that how many people are able to do that?
Oh my God, none.
That's the people. I mean, so you've gotten into situations where you're. I mean, it's even when I go out to a restaurant. Let's talk restaurants for a second. Because I was in the industry for 5 years. I was a server for 2.5, and I was a bartender for 2.5. And I know how it was back in the day, and I know it's way worse now. So what is it, do you think, that's in somebody's mind to be that uncivilized in a situation to where is it an entitlement thing, or what do you see? What do you think? Because it's not an age thing, right? Am I right?
Oh no, it's not an age
thing. It's like all ages. It's not just the millennials,
because
that's my group, and that's who I talk to. And to be honest with you, I think a lot of millennials have their shit together more than a bunch of old
the older people,
crusty people.
Yeah, just it varies. There's a lot of different reasons. Some people come in, they had a bad day, and they think they can just shit on you because they had I paid for this iced tea and I own the joint.
Yeah.
Because the rest of their life probably just sucks and they can't do it anywhere else. Other people, it's a victimology. Everyone's a victim today, and It's like a contest on who has it worst.
Where do you think that came from?
Me, I think the politics and media. Unfortunately, they focus on one thing. There's a lot of stories to tell, but when they find something, their ratings go up, they run it into the frickin' ground. They're not covering all spectrums of it. You're only getting one side. And if that's all you're hearing, you'll find evidence along the way to support your theory. Mm-hmm. And, instead of bringing other evidence to contradict it. Play devil's advocate with yourself.
And that's confirmation bias is what that is. Yeah. You dig yourself into, and the more somebody comes in, and let me ask you, how much do facts matter?
They repeat, especially in a restaurant. If people are sitting at the bar, one jerk will repeat what the other guy said, except he repeats it wrong, and he still believes it.
Right, exactly. It's drunk uncle on SNL, right?
Dumbass.
I mean, total yeah, it's the same exact thing.
Oh yeah.
And that's the whole point. The point is that the key is to not come in with facts, because facts don't matter in any of this. Look at let's go into Trump, shall we?
My boy.
Yeah.
My boy.
Oh God in heaven. Okay, first of all, oh my God. This is the number one reason why I wanted Jeff here today, because we differ vastly. I mean, we are on the opposite. We are bookends in terms of Donald Trump. Like bookends. And I've been a Republican since I was 18 years old.
Yeah.
18. But I'm more of a moderate, blah, 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 that kind of stuff. But still, everybody knows, because I've talked about him for, however long he's been around. The guy's just a fucking idiot. He's a low-functioning, narcissistic moron that's just absolutely killing us in regards to our image and the whatnot. But that's what you like about him, right?
Love it.
And
Love it.
For the record, you're a Democrat.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is all messed up.
Yep.
Right.
But I love it. No, he's not a politician. He is a boob. He does things that make people. He tweets.
God, man.
But he's. For me, he's a breath air. He's fresh air. That's it. That's all he is.
You don't think he's creating just some serious.
I think he's creating awareness.
Oof.
Awareness
of how big of a fucking idiot he is.
Awareness of how bad the system is.
Oh, God.
You know what I mean? How bad. Everyone's already knew way before Trump that the media was full of shit. Everybody knew that, but no one really cared, paid attention, And the way they're running around and embarrassing themselves is come back to the facts. Be the news. No one cares about your friggin' opinion.
Are there any news medias out there that you particularly trust?
Nah.
No.
Actually, not Fox.
So,
I mean, they're going to go because they're all playing it. Whether if they're Republicans on there, they're playing a Republican card. If they're Democrat, they're playing.
There's no way that one person or one organization that delivers things doesn't have a bias in some form or fashion.
Yeah.
The key is to find a situation to where they are as unbiased as they possibly can be. Have you found anything like that, or how do you determine? Because this is a big thing with my audience too, is the fact that there's so much crap out there. There's so much fake or let's say misleading information, that how do you find something that actually has a level of pertinence and has some basis of just fact? I mean, I know fact is relative, but still, just kind of.
You can hear a couple. Listen to Trump support some whatever thing you read online that supports Trump. Read one that supports the Democrats, and then read the friggin' bill, and you find out they're both frickin' wrong. You know what I mean? They're both wrong. I mean, there is a part in the middle where you do form your own opinion, and you do actually know what's going on now. Nobody does that anymore. They're like, look at that.
Right, but why? Why? How many
killing people in healthcare?
Right, yeah. How many people are reading a 500-page bill? You tell me.
No, not many. And believe me, everything's stuffed in that bill too. All the other bills.
Oh yeah.
They try to.
They're porking it up and stuff as usual. But that's the
people are paying attention more to politics now than they ever have in their life.
Okay, great point.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I always think that in looking at anything, and this is just an ideology, and the ideology is that anything has two sides. The coin always has two sides, and you can choose to see one side or the other, because really it's the natural law of polarity. It's the yin and the yang, if you want to look at it that way from an Eastern philosophical standpoint. And I think that him coming in has exposed the soft white underbelly of things, and it also and I think it also gives us the ability to get all fired up. And as you can see, the Women's March happened. The scientists actually had their own march in Washington. I mean, which was great.
But and I seen the whatchamacallit. The scientists, all the environmentalists had a big march and left trash everywhere.
You're right.
You know what I mean? Stop it.
Well,
your actions mean something. You screaming in the middle of the street means absolutely dog shit if you're doing the exact opposite of what you're screaming about.
Right, exactly.
Putting on a vagina hat.
Yeah.
And screaming, you can't touch. No one's trying to touch your body.
Right.
No one's trying to touch it. Why should my tax dollars pay for your indiscretions and have an abortion? That's how I feel on that.
Right,
but,
that's
Planned Parenthood. All right, fine. But
but
all they did was cut the goddamn funding for other countries.
Right, but Planned Parenthood does not fund abortions, though. It doesn't.
They might not, but
No,
they did in other countries.
Well, okay, they might in other countries, but they didn't here. So yeah, but still, all that being said, it's just that again is an ideology shift, and that's actually fascinatingly enough, this is a Democrat saying that, and this is a Republican saying, "Wait a minute."
Yeah, freaking weird, isn't it?
So
but
that's how
went too far.
But that's how upside down things are, and that's why.
You can't say that's hate. I can say anything I fucking want.
Right, exactly.
I mean, hence the free speech.
Well, I mean, and it's the thing is that it comes if you go extreme on either side, it's not good. You had, and let's give you an example.
Labels.
Let's go extreme right. Adolf Hitler. Let's go extreme left. Joseph Stalin.
Yeah.
So you can go extreme left or extreme right. It's terrible. I mean, they just had. Did you hear about the guy who ran his in Arkansas? Arkansas put up a stone tablet of the Ten Commandments at the city hall, and the guy ran his. they said it was like a 1986 Dodge Dart, which pretty much tells you what the deal was. But anyway, I mean, he ran his Dodge Dart right into the thing.
The hate is breeding.
Right?
People are acting on it. The Holocaust in Boston just got destroyed. The Holocaust.
Yeah.
And you read some of the comments, and they're like, "Well, was there a Holocaust in America?"
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly.
You people have lost your shit.
Just lost it.
If I went up to a Catholic and told him, "No, you know what? There is no Jesus."
Yeah.
He wants to believe in it. Fine. Do you have to hate me and beat me? And
yes.
What the fuck are people thinking?
Well, that's a problem, and that's the reason why I don't like that guy, and it's because I think that he does. You have to look to your leaders. You got to look to your leaders to provide the guidance, and because you've been in restaurants and you've been a GM in restaurants, you know that everything goes from the top down. The ideology, the behavior, the way you deal with your customers, everything comes from the top down. So that's why I have an issue with it, because I think out of any time in history that I know of, in modern history, I think we need leaders to really help us out, because I think there are very few out there, and this guy is the fucking worst. He is not a leader at all. This guy's just in it for himself. He's an egotistical, low-functioning narcissist. He's just the guy's a dumpster fire.
Yeah.
But people are looking to him to.
And look who else actually stands up, who's been in like the Congress for 30 years, like Maxine Waters.
Oh, good Lord. She's as bad.
These are the people taking the front line.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's good because people are paying attention to politics and realizing the shitheads that have been running the show for the last freaking 50 years.
Okay, so is it going to change things?
Slowly.
Yeah.
I think it's going to get a lot worse before it gets better.
You think so?
You know what? I think it should. Oof. I really think it should. And I mean, it's
boy.
Our economy.
Yeah, I need more wine if you're going to go on this route. Hold on, keep talking. I'm going to get some.
But
more
our
wine.
economy, we have the strongest economy in the world. It's not going to collapse. It's not going to go anywhere. You make bad deals and give away our money.
Yeah,
like everyone about that Paris agreement. That was about transfer of wealth, and that was obvious as could be.
Again,
$100 billion a year to countries that don't have any freaking restrictions.
Non-binding, but it's non-binding, and I think no. See that we totally disagree on that, because I think the Paris Agreement is.
I'm not for pollution.
Is like,
I'm not. I mean, let's clean up the air. Absolutely.
Right. It's like minimal, but it's just But I'm a globalist. Would you consider yourself a nationalist in terms of kind of how you see things?
Sometimes it depends. I go every which direction. Even like in Boston, everyone thinks, "Oh, you're so democratic." But also we look around things. Governor Weld was our governor. He was Republican. Mitt Romney was our governor.
Yeah.
We see too many Democrats. We go the other way, so they just argue and don't do much shit.
Is that what happens?
It had to, because there's more laws in Massachusetts than you can shake a stick at. There's more taxes you can shake a stick at.
Well, it's the Republic of Mass. It's like California, right?
It was destroying the economy. When Mitt Romney he was the first one with Obamacare. He put on Obamacare before there was Obamacare.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
And everyone I know went to New Hampshire because they couldn't afford it. And I mean, you can't make people have health insurance. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean, just because you got I'm poor, that's your fault. You know what I mean? Everything in your life, all the results you have in your life are a direct reflection of your decisions.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Poor me. Go fuck yourself. The poor me.
So here we go. Here we go. Yeah, because that's, I mean, that is a position that a lot of people, and that's why they're looking to cut Medicaid like crazy, because that's really the social program, the social safety net for that, and they're looking to just gut it. and they have the states take the states can't handle the responsibility of Medicaid. I don't know how you feel about the Medicaid thing. But I think
I worry about the elderly. I think the elderly should be taken care of in every which way goddamn position. But if you look at like just spending all the money on everybody because you don't have to do anything, Illinois is about to go bankrupt.
Oh yeah,
California is about to go bankrupt.
Oh, well, yeah.
How is that fucking working out?
Right.
You know what I mean? That don't work. And on a morality issue, I wish it was utopia, but at this point it never was. Human beings are not. They're the most manipulative, lying pieces of shit.
Yeah, we have to. I mean, but that's the difference between college students and getting out of. Ideology breeds in college because it's easy. It's an incubator. You don't have to deal with consequences. You can sit there and you can be an ideologue as much as you want and create this vast utopian environment and civilization.
Yeah, they all think the same though.
No, right, but it's kind of a groupthink that happens in college. But the thing is the reason why, and believe me, I was in college for what, 5, 10, 15 years or something throughout my degrees. The reason why that the groupthink happens is because it's in an environment where it breeds into something where we all want to help each other, and that's the ideology kind of takes root and goes on for that. But that's a progressive.
You know what? That's a
ideology,
great idea.
Right?
Unfortunately, people know I don't have to do shit, and they're going to do it for me.
That's yeah, but. Let's take a look at that, and trust me, I'm coming from a Republican position that I had the exact same opinion that you did. But just as devil's advocate, let me throw this out to you: how many people in that situation, outside of the fact that you have 50% of the kids, and I just got these facts from the not CDC. Like the ADA or something. It was an NPR study that they just did yesterday that I just heard. 50% of the kids in America are on Medicaid. 60% of the elderly are on Medicaid. So, I mean, how many people really are taking advantage? I know that people are totally screwing the system. I know that.
Like the elderly,
right.
Like I said, I have no problem. I mean, they went through a much tougher life than any of these puss bags out here right now have, including myself.
Right. Yeah. And it's
take care of the elderly. I mean, they took care of you. And
right.
So
the elderly and the kids, and I mean, because I think the kids. I know it's the parents' responsibility. Yeah, man, I know it. Yeah, but the thing is that how many people are out there are fucking morons?
No, absolutely.
There's a lot. I mean, let's call a spade a spade. That's just what it is. Yeah. And people out there that can't even tie their shoe. I'm surprised people actually say. I know people that I look at them. I go, how are you even here now?
How'd you make it through puberty?
How have you stepped in front of a bus?
Yeah.
Seriously, I mean, and that's kind of how it is. And they have kids. Usually, they're the ones that have lots of kids.
Oh yeah.
So but is that the kids' fault that these people are like that?
Absolutely not. I mean, it depending on the kid's age, you know what I mean? The kids are staying on it a lot longer. Oh, I go to college, which is a whole nother freaking goddamn baffling bullshit.
Which is another thing we don't particularly agree on.
Well,
but yeah.
no, I've hired more idiots with MBAs to wait tables that couldn't count their freaking money at the end of the night. Toughest thing you got to do is divide, buddy. Your MBA's working out for you. No wonder why you're waiting fucking tables.
Right.
You know what I mean? College turned into a gaff. It's the and he's 80, 100 grand in debt.
Oh yeah, and it did. You're right, and that's a big issue with the college thing, and that just gets down to the individual and the reasons why they happen to be going. And I think that's the best part about the people that listen here is the fact that most of them understand that even if they did go through that process, they're at a point where they want to kind of shift that. And
hopefully they do, because like look at Cordon Bleu, the cooking school had to shut down.
Yeah,
because they fucking lied.
Well, yeah,
everyone thought there were Wolfgang Puck coming out of there.
Right,
you're good to make salads, buddy.
Right, yeah. They put them on salads.
The truth. Yeah, that's what I did. Your salads. You ain't no chef.
Yeah, exactly. And those guys get totally screwed in terms of. I mean, the cost of that's insane.
Yeah, 40, 50 grand for like the average local.
Oh my god!
And you're coming out making $9-11 an hour.
Yeah, do the math.
Yeah,
that's not good.
And usually, like in the kitchen, most of it you try to hire part time because the job sucks. It's hard work. It's low pay.
Yeah.
But you know what? Move up. Pick up your skills. Don't sit there and piss and moan. We all have that. You know what I mean? And you got to fight through the bad to get to the good.
You have to do that. And that kind of brings me to I've got a really good friend of mine here, Josh Hebert, who owned Posh here in Scottsdale, which was one of the top 3 restaurants in Phoenix. or in Arizona for the past, I don't know, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think he's been around for 8 years. He closed it down, and there was a commentary that happened today that he made a mention of on Facebook because they were talking about is it even worth it to own a restaurant right now?
No.
And that's what his thing was, the fact that it just is not the outlet for financial expansion that it used to be, because these are from like really good chefs here in town. I mean, like high end. I'm not talking guys that are doing line cook stuff at Denny's.
No, these are masters of their
craft. Masters. I mean, years and years to 20, 30 years of experience.
But the clientele, I mean, people in their pissy moan attitude want to make up their own menus. Davante's, the Italian place from Chicago, was out there. They left and wrote an article on how bad the people suck.
Did they really?
Yeah. Well, believe me, when I first moved out here from Boston, these people, and I think it's how everything started going since I moved out here. I want a piece of chicken, no salt, no pepper, no butter, no oil. This is bland. Get the fuck out of here, you fucking dumbass. You know what I mean? I literally told her that. Grabbed her plate, threw her out, and she, I'm like, yeah, I'm not having this conversation with a moron.
Right.
Just because you said it so. I'm not the freaking genie Aladdin here.
Right.
I'm not going to make shit happen for you just because you say so. You know what I mean? Look at the menu. You don't like it? Get the fuck out.
So speaking of that, you worked at I have to go into this. You worked at the Indian casino here.
Yeah.
Because we have a huge reservation out here,
Yep.
or maybe two tribes out here. But they have there's a number of casinos here in the Phoenix Scottsdale area, and you worked at the casino, like the restaurant, right? The casino restaurant.
Yeah, I was in the food and beverage. You kind of go.
I mean, is that like the lowest common denominator in terms of? I mean, the people that go into Indian casinos, that has to be just a dumpster fire, right?
Dumpster fire ain't the word. It's just. Dirtbag after dirtbag. The mentality was kind of uniformed.
What was the mentality?
You got plenty of money. I want my meal for free. That was the mentality.
Okay.
And I was only there for a year because I couldn't take another day of it without swinging at somebody. Because that was literally the mentality. Is they'd go spend $5,000 in a slot machine and get pissed off paying $8 for a chicken sandwich. The people's values, thoughts, and then they're blaming you. It's all your freaking fault.
It's your fault.
They're the victim.
Right.
I mean, they've been victim. I'm like, and the whole victim thing just came through the whole.
How did you deal with that, though?
At first, it come on slowly, and like you start getting stressed out, and people say, "Well, you have to be professional." No, I don't. You're gonna talk to me like an asshole. I come right back to you like an asshole. Mm-hmm. You ain't gonna. I mean, if you're right, listen. Mistakes happen. I'll bend over backwards to make things right for you.
So if they come at you like very, very matter of fact or very congenial, or in terms of like, hey, this happened and this happened, and I feel as though, but that's not the case.
Oh no!
In most situations,
no.
right?
It got worse and worse as the years go on. It pushed me out where they'd lick their plate clean, slam the table, and tell you they're not paying for it because it wasn't good. And I was starving. I'm like, it must have been 40 days and 40 nights through the desert, huh? That's how hungry you were. You had to fucking eat it all. First one done that ain't
seriously
paying.
They would completely finish it and then say they weren't okay with it.
And like that would happen every once in a while. You get like, look at this idiot. Now you have a room full of them. One person sees it and they're all trying it. No, he was right. I left a 30-year fucking career.
Wow.
Because I hate people now.
Right.
I think they're fucking morons.
Because that's what happens.
Yeah, they're all victims, and they're right no matter what. You know what I mean?
Lexi and I have talked about that. The service industry. I think. Am I wrong here? I think everybody should be in the service industry at least for a year.
Oh yeah, you'd have a more general respect for the next person to you. Like why would you treat a stranger that handles your food like that? Mm-hmm. Is beyond me. You're not a king. You're not a queen. Even if you were, I ain't your fucking servant like that, buddy. Yeah. You know what I mean? Well, we ain't gonna tip you up. You know what? Because people with the tipping. Oh, we ain't gonna tip. Well, make $3 an hour, buddy. Mm-hmm. You know. Well, I gave you 5 on 140. So if you get that, you made $20. Oh, $20 really? Because I got to tip out the expo. Food runner.
Yeah, your runner.
Yeah,
exactly.
You know,
you got to tip everybody. And
I lose money. I go, why would I wait on you?
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't have to serve you because you're here. We have the right to refuse service to anybody. Mm-hmm. This isn't like, you're not entitled to be in here. Mm-hmm. And people would fight. I mean, you throw them out, they try to come back. I'm like, oh, no, I can. You can't throw. I'm like, I can do whatever the fuck I want. I run this place.
They tried to come back in?
Come back.
Are you kidding me?
Not even a joke.
Like totally hammered, or just like
completely normal.
Really?
And pissed off on how bad their experience was last time, already looking for a free meal.
So they go in knowing that they're going to bitch and whine to try to get a freebie.
Yeah, and and I'm telling you this. I mean, being a manager, it was just the negative energy was ridiculous. The servers having to put up with it, do nothing but complain to you. The customers do nothing but complain to you. The owners do nothing but complain about the complaining. And like people would Yelp.
Oh, the Yelp thing. Yeah, that's a whole.
You don't even have to eat my goddamn restaurant to write a goddamn review.
You don't have to.
No, and then they want a gift card to come in to take it down. It's like. I'm like, I am done.
So it's extortion.
Oh, yeah. And everyone's getting on board. It wouldn't be bad if those that few, you know what I mean? But everybody is getting on board. Everyone thinks they deserve or tries to scam you. And it's like, people just suck. They don't care they don't care about anything else. You know what I mean? They want $15 an hour for minimum wage, but then when the price of the meal goes up, they piss them off.
And for sure, it's worse now than it was. I mean, for sure. Now, why do you think that? Do you think it's because it's more generally acceptable, or is it because people feel as they're more disenfranchised and they're trying to get it anywhere they can? I mean,
I agree with this article on it's a combination of a lot of things.
Okay.
They're hearing such drastic sides, and like you said, I think they really are just picking one just to fucking pick one.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because if I say something like, God forbid you say terrorists are bad, you're an Islamophobe. Nah, terrorists are still fucking bad.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean I didn't say all Islam. I mean, people they judge you, they label you. There is no difference of opinion anymore. There is no agree to disagree. It's my way or the highway. I mean, so now, and it's going on everything. It isn't like just religions which, you know what I mean, it's getting bad. It's getting that type of what wars were made out of.
No. That's exactly.
Literally.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. The entire reason why ISIS is doing what they're doing and these terrorists are doing what they're doing is because they're trying to get people to get them to blanket. Characterize them as Islam, and then they're trying to make it to where it's just an Islamic thing, and they're trying to create another crusade.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
That's exactly what they're trying to do. That's exactly what they're trying to do, because that's what they want. They want a crusade to happen again, and they want the religions to go. And don't get me started on the religion thing.
Oh.
So all that being said, and the reason why I brought you in here is. Because you and I are a perfect example of two people who have totally different opinions on stuff, yet we get along great, and we can have discussions.
Yeah.
And I respect the fact that you come from a different position, even though I completely don't agree.
Well, yeah, but I also started to learn like why you think the way you think.
That's exactly,
you know what I mean? And
right.
like, and not, and like I said, there isn't. And a lot of the shit people like you, they try to label right and wrong. There is no right and wrong.
And that's
different points of view, different perspectives.
Right. And that is the key, is it not?
Yeah.
The key is, in any of this kind of stuff, is to not go in trying to convince somebody else of your position. The key is to actively listen and to try to find out, to mine down. I like to call it mining down. I like to mine down, because, I ask you a shitload of questions.
You do.
I want to find out what the fuck is going on in that head that gets you to think the way that you do. What's the genesis of your ideology? And that's the key. And when you do ask questions and you do care about the reasons why somebody has that particular point of view, then you create a relationship. And then there's a level of trust that you can actually, the other person is okay to express their opinion without being judged as being wrong. Yeah. Because to be honest with you,
labels, it's not even wrong anymore. There's 7 million labels. I don't even understand what half of them mean anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
So many phobias.
Well, because it's all bullshit. I mean, there's a lot of bullshit out there.
Phobia is an irrational fear. You mean not? You're making shit up to back your own. Goddamn mentality.
That's it.
Don't make shit up. You want to believe that? Believe that.
You're just trying to reinforce an ego program that you have.
Yeah.
And that just goes sideways, because a lot of times, being a therapist back in the day, doing family systems and couple stuff, people do that to validate their behavior.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm an agoraphobic, so that means so I don't really go out, and I don't do this, and I don't do that, and I'm not responsible for this, and I'm not responsible for myself because I can't be. No. But But that's the problem with psychology the way that it is, because they give you labels and then you actually identify with the label.
Let me tell you something. These fucking people are such sheep right now. Let's take gluten, for instance. How the fuck, in the last 5 years, has everyone become celiac when it only like 1.1 of the population is actually celiac, which is a very dangerous fucking situation.
Oh, yeah, it's very dangerous.
And everybody and their mother, well, I'm celiac. I can't have gluten. And then yell at you when there's no tortillas, whatever freaking stuff. I mean, are you fucking retarded? And they're looking at you like you're the idiot.
Right.
Don't fucking lie about dying at my table. You fucking piece of shit. You know what I mean? What is wrong? You bring it all the way down to a food allergy because you half-ass read an article.
Right.
And you didn't read it through. And
half-ass read the article.
And
right.
you heard the person next to them say, gluten's bad. So gluten's bad. That's why I have to take a shit, because of the gluten. No, it's because you have to take a shit. You know what I mean? That's it. That's what happens every day, lady. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm like, it mesmerizes me how dumb this population has gotten.
Yeah,
it really has.
It's because and I really think it's because the straight line is always the easiest, right? So people take the easiest way, and the easiest way is to be a sheeple. The easiest way is just kind of to buy into a particular ideology and just kind of go with it instead of being an independent thinker. And the entire reason why I do this show, the entire reason why I have my website, the entire reason why I do my counseling, the entire reason why I talk to people is to get them to do independent fucking thinking, is to get them to be their own person and figure out what the hell is going on inside their own head and then try to relate that to the outside world. That's the entire reason why anybody should be living.
Yeah. I mean, and we live in the information age. You don't have to go down to the fucking library anymore to find out anything and search and find.
The Dewey Decimal System.
Yeah, and try to figure out the freaking goddamn...
Through the files, right? Through the little paper, I
mean, you can... But get a couple... Look what your source is, too. You know what I mean? Look what your source is coming from. Don't repeat what the retard next to you said.
I
mean, just because...
Yeah, and a lot of people talk about how to point out, and I asked you earlier in this talk about how to kind of figure out where the good news comes from. Most of the time, you already know. You already know who the extremes are. You already know this Alex Jones fucking clown is an idiot. You already know that Fox is right. You already know that MSNBC is going to lean left. So, but there are certain other aspects that you can go to, and then start piecing things together. And it's your responsibility. Yeah. It's an independent, personal responsibility to find the information and to kind of go with that. And it all comes down to really where you want to go and what you want to do. Yeah, because everybody has an idea in their head before they gather the information. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but they don't gather information anymore. They don't do anything. Actually, it's more of a witch hunt on everybody. Everyone's pointing a finger for no goddamn reason at everybody. Look at he does. And like they're the problem instead of focusing inward, finding out what actually could happen. Okay. Like take this John McEnroe thing. You know what I mean? They asked him a flat-out question. Do you think Serena Williams could do... And he's like, no. And then Serena's like, why are you mentioning me? They asked him a direct question. And now they're like, you can apologize to her? He's like, no. Right. I'm not. You asked the question. I answered it.
That was
what
his...
is wrong with you fucking moron?
Yeah,
But, it's like, he's baffled. And I can't blame him. But other people, he said that about her. I mean, just look at stupid shit.
I know. And the funny thing is if you look at it in context, which is the word of the day, context. So if you look at it in context, they asked him a question about guys versus girls, and the Bobby Riggs and the Billie Jean King thing way back in the day was total bullshit anyway. But if you look at guys and girls, then he just said, hey, I don't think that she would win. I don't think she'd be in the top 30 or whatever.
And she said that. I don't know. She said that.
She lost
on Letterman, I think.
Her and her, and her and her mom, her and her sister lost to a guy that was ranked like 135 or something, and this was a few years ago. It already happened. But the whole point is that don't take it for what it is just because you think that there is some level of a discrimination or misogyny, because that's not the case. But that's the whole point. The point is that people take shit out of context because it serves a purpose. And it's serving their own particular purpose to ground them in that ideology of, oh my God, I'm getting attacked again. Let's come full circle into the whole thing about fear. All this shit's happening because of fear. So let me ask you something.
Everybody knows something is wrong, and they're trying to point a finger
Exactly.
at the problem.
Now, tell me if I'm wrong. Everybody wants the same result, right?
Absolutely.
Same result. And the result is?
Basically, kind of like a utopian society where where you don't have to worry about a job. Information is readily available, which it is. People do get along and actually help each other out. And there are a lot of those people out there, don't get me wrong.
There's a lot of us out there.
But there is a freaking wave of moronic finger-pointing, and no matter what you do, I mean, if you don't cross the street correctly, you're the problem in society.
Well, yeah,
and
but
and the problem in society is what's actually happening. Don't point the fingers. Learn. Agree to disagree. Frickin',
right.
Just be a goddamn human. You know what I mean? Just because my buddy's freaking Muslim. Sam Ali is Muslim.
Yeah.
I was born up Catholic, and my brothers and sisters are Jews. We all got along.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? All different types of things. Why can't?
Then what's the key, Jeff? What's the key to getting along with all that stuff?
Agreeing to disagree. That's what you believe and respect it. Have a little respect for yourself and the person you're talking to, because no one's right or wrong in that situation. I mean, there's been over 3,000 gods in the goddamn planet. And
right.
We got the right three.
Right, exactly, right? Right? Yeah, we got the right ones.
Instead of looking at it like what you have, what your particular labeled belief is, how about just be grateful someone believes in something,
right,
and wants to do better and be better, and that should be the end of it.
Yeah,
I mean, right, the details aren't for you. As long as you ain't hurting people, you know what I mean, or want to hurt people, who gives a shit?
Exactly. I always tell everybody, my clients, I'm very, very transparent, and I tell everybody, I was brought up Catholic. I don't believe it anymore because I don't believe in the religious aspect, because religion is a man-made thing, and it was really made to control people. But the thing is that if people go to church, or if they go to synagogue, or if they go to pray, the Islamic, to mosques, and if it helps them to be better people and to be more empathetic and understanding of everybody, and then I'm all for that.
Yeah.
I'm all for that. So it's not. So I don't bash religion for what it is. If it's an instrument for good, and if it's an instrument for people to expand themselves and to become better people, or to ground themselves into really fundamental, good, foundational stuff about being nice and being good people, then I'm all for that.
I used to believe it was for that. Now I believe it's fear and guilt bring people to
but
those
it
places.
Can be, but that's a problem. The problem is that you always, it's squeaky wheel always gets the grease, and it's always the fucking idiots out there that get the most attention, and that comes, again, that's an instinctual thing. But the problem is the press really dive into that, and also there are certain people on the on the internet who really like to create crap for people, create havoc and shit and
90
stuff.
priests in Boston were arrested for molesting, I think, 70,000 kids in Boston. The priests were. Trump's 2 scoops of ice cream got more fucking press coverage than that did.
Right.
That's where my problem comes in.
Yeah.
You mean, you're creating bullshit, and this is what people see. But I mean, play both sides, man.
Again,
give everything equal attention.
Right. Again, that's coming from my perspective. That's another reason why I fucking hate that guy, because he's such a fucking moron that everybody's focusing on him and his dorky 2 scoops of ice cream bullshit versus the stuff that really matters. And there's actually a thing that on Facebook that I can't, God, I wish I could remember it right off the top of my head. I think it's from Big Think that they have, and they say the things that have happened while you were distracted or something.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you seen that?
Yeah, like Finland, what was it, Norway? Iceland overthrew their government.
Yeah,
the bank fraud. There's a lot of shit
all sorts of stuff that were happening while you were focusing on dumb stuff.
Yeah.
And so that's why. So to wrap the show up, I think that characteristics of a true leader is, and I know I've read this, and it's something that if you look at leadership characteristics, it's somebody that doesn't really tent spike themselves into a particular belief. And they're very, very good at listening to somebody else and understanding their perspective and accepting a different perspective, because reality and the world and the big world isn't exactly at all what is in your mind. That's just for you, and you should own that for yourself.
Yes.
But you've got to accept the fact that people have different ways of thinking and different realities and different conceptualizations in regards to what is their utopian thinking.
Learn, respect it. You don't have to believe it.
You
I mean,
no,
the people-
no, you do, and you.
there is
you,
no pressure for you,
no.
but know what? Respect what this person thinks, unless it's like mass murder. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, you use
I
your
mean, come on,
common
yeah,
sense.
yeah, the basic
But that's
stuff.
it. You know what I mean? But those are the arguments that people pop up to. Well, what if he likes this? What if he likes? I'm like, come on.
I love the what ifs. I love the what. You know that's the
hypothetical situation.
Yeah,
that doesn't exist.
That probability, possibility bullshit. But that's the whole point. But that's what people do to distract you from getting to the point, because they may feel as though they're being attacked because they know for a fact that they're entrenched in this whole confirmation bias crap.
Oh yeah.
So
out of nowhere, my GM started. Well, this is just bullcrap because it's a boys' club. And when I'm in a restaurant I worked, I go, boys' club. I go, you're a woman and you're my boss. I go, what are you talking about? There's more women that work here than men, and actually, it's you run the place. What are you talking? Don't give me bullshit excuses because things ain't going good.
Right.
You mean just it's fine to fuck up.
Exactly.
That's called learning.
Right.
That's what we do.
Exactly.
You know?
Let's hope so. So the moral of the story to get out of this is the fact that understand that your perspective is not the perspective of the world. Your perspective it's not a right or wrong thing. And the key in anything is like what we do is, I mean, I listen and I respect the fact that you're coming from a different perspective. But you know, the thing is that once I ask questions to kind of mine down in regards to trying to figure out the reasons why you think the way that you do, fascinatingly enough, it's the same reasons that I think.
Yep. It's the same goal, just
exactly.
2 different ways of going there.
Two different ways of going there.
There's a lot of shit that I think should just be burnt up and started over. And that's just like the way I see it done. Things have to get worse before they get better. You, on the other hand, like to keep things going good. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. It's a good thing, but
right.
I just don't think they're fucking going good, and hasn't been for a long time.
I'm not sure about,
the
things,
dog and pony show got to come to an end, you know?
I'm not sure about things continuing and going good, because I know for a fact they're not continuing and going good.
Great.
You know,
They're great.
And that's... And that's not the case. But so that's the show. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. That went way longer than I thought it was going to be. No, it's okay. It's all right. But remember, you can go to jobbud.com and get the news and information. You can get the podcast as well as the video. I'm going to put that up there. It's going to be on YouTube as well. And it's going to be on SoundCloud, iTunes, and Stitcher as well. And if you have any news, if you have any comments, questions, anything like that, you can always get a hold of me, and I'm always there. So hopefully this video thing works out pretty well, and you can always give me a comment on that too, because it's the first time we did split video. Yep. It's the first time I'm doing this.
Does my belly fit?
Oh, I did wide angle on the lens.
And there's nothing wrong with being fat, folks. This is the only thing I own. It's bought and paid for. Plain and simple.
Spoken by a true professional.
Made it myself.
Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next week.